Let's get to it. How about some money? That's what we give out on this show. Stay with us. I'm Lawrence Presman. We're going to talk all 3 NHL games, all 3 NBA games. That's right, 6 playoff games tonight. And of course, some baseball. Art DeCesar joining us. It's Tuesday. Joe Ranieri, of course, it's just a day. Let's get into it, Art. Let's start right off the bat. I told everybody I went 8-1 on the weekend in my bets. Yes, 8-1. How did you do?
Weekend was actually decent. Yesterday was actually a losing day, but Saturday and Sunday for the books were a winning day. So we're coming off a losing day, trying to roll in today as a winning day, but it was actually a really positive weekend. UFC was good. NBA and NHL playoffs were good. So nothing to really complain with over the weekend.
Yeah, hold on. I just got to get the right day up. It would be great if I labeled this shit correctly before we did it. That would.
Well,
how about?
I mean, listen,
is it Tuesday night? It is Tuesday.
You.
God damn it!
Yeah, we don't. Bitch. You don't get paid to do this show, so it's clearly someone else's fault.
I don't want to hear you crap. It's always the same way there. All right, Art. So the weekend was profitable to you. UFC was good. Saturday, really starting to get things rolling there, and of course. We've got some interesting games tonight. Put up or shut up time. Certainly in the NBA, but also in the NHL here. And what kind of action have you seen so far between the NBA and the NHL in the playoffs? A lot of handle? You getting more on one than the other? What are you getting so far?
Well, I would say this. I think the NBA just naturally does more handle throughout the year, regular season and playoffs, but hockey's getting close, man. Hockey really is creeping up the board. It is not past it. No, really. And you can even tell from the ratings. The ratings have been great in the NHL. And obviously with legal sports betting in all these states now, that's going to lead to more people betting as well. So, obviously the NHL is climbing up the board. You see that obviously with us, the Knights in town. So you got Knights games every couple of days. That always helps your bottom line, always helps getting people in the door. So that's huge too. As far as the NBA tonight, really the totals, 2 of those games have been bet sharp. I say this every game, Sixers, Celtics, under money, under 214, sharp. Then they took the Knicks over 212.5. That was sharp. We're now 214 on that. And I'll say out of the games, with the Knicks being a 6.5 point favorite and that money line being where it is, a Knicks outright loss would be huge. Yeah. So we'll be rooting for the Knicks to lose outright.
Yeah, and I'm guessing they're parlayed with Boston, a little bit of some Buffalo Sabres in there, maybe some Edmonton Oilers.
So they've been that public, Art? The Knicks? Have they been that public?
Yeah, I mean, they've been pretty public, Joe. I obviously the sharps look for angles to find a way to bet Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
With that game at 6.5 tonight, I could see if it ever hits 7, or maybe even later we see some 6.5, maybe a little bit of sprinkle on the Hawk money line. But yeah, the Knicks on the money line, and that's really, as we always talk about, public wise, they're just throwing them in parlays. Right, no one's really coming up to the window and saying, give me a money line straight bet, to win $100. Never really happens. It's really just, hey, 2-3 team parlay. Knicks are going to be one of the legs, money line.
Yeah. What about baseball, Art? There's, I'm looking, like the line moves in hockey are minimal. There's clearly money coming in on Boston. Boston's taking money, Anaheim's taking money, and Minnesota's taking money, but it's all very, very small.
Yeah, it is minimal. I will say this. We took a little bit of Wild and Stars over money, just a 5-cent move, nothing crazy. But you're right. With the NHL, these lines are pretty sharp. They're pretty tight. Yeah. Obviously, because for the most part, it's not an NBA spread. You're not opening the game 3 and then it goes to 4 and then it comes back. Obviously, these are all based on money lines. Not that anyone's not laying a $1.50 or taking a $1.50, but it's rare. It's rare that you see that, and then obviously sometimes you can see some games get bet over or under. You mentioned it, PREZ. Another team that's very public today is the Oilers in a clearly a must-win spot, because if they lose, their season is over. So they're going to be with the Knicks, probably the 2 most popular money lines out there that, have a realistic shot of losing. Of course, the Celtics are going to be throwing in all the money line parlays, but they probably don't have a shot.
Art just,
so I'd say,
there is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'd say
you
the most
froze, Art.
public side is the Oilers, as
Art,
far as that goes.
Art Savage is on the mound. First time this year. There's a lot of expectations for him in Toronto. He pitched very bad in the minor leagues. With that said, take it with a grain of salt. They weren't trying to switch up pitches. He was literally just throwing the fastball one after another. Looks like money is coming in on Boston, which makes sense. What else is going on in baseball?
Yeah, I would say our two sharp sides this morning, Prez, Boston and Minnesota. Those are the two that we've seen money on. You hit it. I mean, of course, Boston, they fire their manager. They've won a couple in a row now. Savage is coming back. That's going to give him energy, but obviously he'll be on a pitch count and all those things that, you work a young pitcher back into the rotation. So I don't think there's any surprise that overnight you saw the Red Sox money.
Joe?
Game of the night. You got to be Schlittler versus DeGrom. Art, what are you seeing? Anything? I saw a couple of 8s still in the market early this morning.
7.5s everywhere.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was shocked it was even overnight at 8, Art. I mean, this has got pitchers duel written all over it, no?
Yeah, the Yankees, obviously most people say, hey, let's always bet Yankee games over, but last night, what was that game? It was basically 4-0 until 4-2. Texas got a couple of late, and obviously Fried was on the mound. So when the Yankees throw their best pitchers out there, usually the runs are pretty low. You mentioned DeGrom's obviously really good. I think a lot of people who are quote unquote sharp people will look to maybe even take Texas in this spot because it's Schlittler on the road, even though he's been phenomenal. But, once again, the Yankees are going to be popular in the money line parlays because the Yankees are always popular in the money line parlays.
I prefer my Schlittler cold. I like it on ice. I know it does take away a little of the alcohol content, but
hurts. Yep.
Nothing like a super cold Schlittler.
Yes.
Schlittler.
While getting a head massage. Yes.
Yeah, while getting a head massage and
Mhm.
thinking about some kikuchi.
Oh, you got to have the kikuchi if you're going to do it at all.
Every man loves kikuchi. That is for damn sure.
Yep, gotta have it.
Okay, before we get into the parlay of the day, a quick story from the PREZ. I was watching, you remember Edelman from the Patriots? He has a podcast, Julian Edelman. He has a podcast. The podcast is really good. Like, I enjoy, he's just a fun dude. Anyway, he's interviewing Luke Robitaille. Remember Luke? Had great hair.
Kings.
Great hair. He still does. It's all gray, though. Anyway, Luke was saying that when he was on the Kings, there was a player on the same night on the Lakers and the Kings that got the exact same injury. So a guy on the Lakers got injured, whatever, broke his toe. I'm making that up. And a guy on the Kings got injured, broke his toe. Same night, same injury. The guy on the Lakers was out for 6 weeks. The guy on the Kings played the next game.
Not hard to figure out.
No.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to...
That's the difference between the NBA and pretty much every other sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
look at Kevin Durant.
I just thought it was awesome. Didn't Kevin hurt one of the hairs right there, right? That's why he's out. There's that little pubic hair that's sore.
He's just out because he doesn't like any of the guys on the Houston Rockets, and he's like, screw all of you. I ain't playing with you guys. All suck. Which is why the Lakers are going to win. It's hysterical.
Speaking of that, that's exactly why Connor McDavid should, if they lose tonight, this should be his last game.
He should pull a hair.
He should be like, I am done with you people.
Yep.
You bring me... We go to the Cup Finals with freaking Stuart Skinner 2 years in a row, and then your answer, your solution is Connor Ingram? Connor Ingram? Who the hell is he? And Tristan Jarry? Oh my God.
Terrible.
Oh my God. I mean, way to completely screw up your team, Mr. Stan Bowman.
You know they're going to lose it now. Now you know they're going to lose tonight. Art, are you going to have anything on the Derby for us this week?
Yeah.
I can give you stuff Friday. Yeah,
Okay.
Obviously we got the draw on Saturday. So right now we obviously have the odds up for the 20 horses, and I believe there's 2 or 3 alternates
Okay.
A guy that I had mentioned, I know this guy's completely dropped. A guy that I mentioned whenever we did that a couple of weeks ago, our favorite guy, Chief Wallaby, who I think was like 20 to 1 or 16 to 1.
Yep.
He's like 6 to 1 now.
Yeah, big
So
money.
What's his
we've
name?
taken, his name's phenomenal. It's a great name.
Yeah.
We've
Yep.
taken tremendous money on him. But yes, Joe, just double remind me, and I will definitely have as much Friday information Derby-wise as I can. Yep.
Perfect.
Just to let both of you know, I will be not so regretfully missing Thursday's show. I got some meetings downtown. I can't make it, so the two of you are on your own. Yeah, I know. Nobody cares.
No, I'm just saying.
Where's that girl that liked Zeno? You should run it for Art.
Oh, I will. Don't you worry. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I would love to see this.
Just a button away.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that Zeno section yesterday was a masterpiece. Okay. Parlay of the day. I'm going with the Sabres, guys. In regulation, -110. I'm not overthinking this. I think it gets done tonight. Give me some Buffalo. Art?
Well, Buffalo Sabres, huh? Interesting.
All right, close it out. I like that. I got them to win the East, so I would love them to move on. Listen, it's a big, juicy number, but it is a 3-team parlay, so this is what you got to do sometimes in parlays. Phillies fired their manager this morning. You got to lay 170, but who cares? Take the Phillies. Mattingly takes over for Thompson. You know I love that angle. It worked the other day when the Red Sox fired their manager. Teams who fire their manager, coach, whatever, in all sports, always a great angle. Phillies win tonight.
Wow. Bill, poor Thompson. And Mattingly's in there getting the job. You got to love that as well, Art. That is good news across the board. All right.
I love Mattingly.
Oh, I know.
Me too.
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be fantastic. I think the Celtics destroy the Sixers tonight. I think they're going to win by 1 million. So I will. I'll go ahead.
Oh my
and go
God!
that
I just
route.
wanted to send a shout out to my favorite handicapper at WagerTalk, Mark Zinno. I've got your big ticket waiting for later, so call me. Let's make a sloppy parlay together.
I love a sloppy parlay. Yeah. Chances high or low. Feeling good as fast. Martino, cashes, tickets. Always got my back.
Yeah, that's the sloppy parlay video right there, my man.
God.
I knew you'd love that. Yep.
Is that you playing? Because that sounds like a bad bass player.
That is all AI. All AI.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah, that's all
And
AI.
I got to tell you, Art, Joe is not a bad bass player.
That is
He's
all
just-
AI.
Yeah.
I made that
That's
for
incredible.
that show. I made that because, deserve. Well, off of that story about the Vegas trip where he ended up with a sloppy parlay of some sort there. I made that video purposely for him. So there you go. It's a sloppy parlay, people, and we got him for you here.
Can we
love
do
it.
one for Art and me? I want one.
Dirty in the works. Dirty in the works. Yep.
I love
you
it.
got
Let's get it rolling.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Joe, you got to add, like, my tagline's got to be one woman guy. You got to
It's
have that in there.
already in the works.
Yep.
Already
it.
in the works. Yep.
I like that we're syncing. I love it.
Yes, there it is.
Something to do with head massages? Anyway. Okay. Art.
Oh, God.
That's it for you, bro.
That's it.
That's it for me. I'll see you boys tomorrow.
Thanks
All right.
for doing this, man. There you go,
Appreciate it.
everybody. The one-woman guy, Art DeCesar. We're lucky to have him. Joe, we got lots of shows still left. Predictive markets. I want to look at how Denver was yesterday and then what they are today. We're also going to do all 3 rundowns, and we're going to, obviously, it's Tuesday, do our mailbag section of the show.
Yep.
Okay, let's get to it. Before we do the predictive markets, let's do some business.
Oh, you want to go business-wise?
Yeah,
Oh,
only because it's Customer Appreciation Day.
Oh, that's a good point.
And it's like, I'm in a zone that I haven't been in a long, long time, and I want to go through it with everybody, frankly.
All right. So business?
Yeah, so I mean, guys, look, here's really the bottom line from my perspective. Maybe 2 or 3 times a year, and you all know this. Everybody listening to the show, you're all bettors, you all gamble. We all know that maybe 2 or 3 times a year you have a 2-3 week window where everything goes right almost every single day. Well, I am literally in that window right now. I am 17-7 in the NBA and NHL playoffs combined. 17-7. I am 10-4 in the NBA and 7-3 in the NHL. But that's nothing compared to what I am doing in my total bets. I'm on a 23-6 totals run. A 12-1 totals run. That's right. I got 2 big plays up for my clients tonight. It's Customer Appreciation Day, $5 Tuesday. I have an NBA play up tonight. Again, 10-4 in the playoffs, absolutely dominating the hard court. And I have a very rare 4% NHL total up tonight for my clients. My NHL totals, 5-0, 12-1, 19-5 run. Both of these packages come with that promotion we were talking about yesterday. Instead of getting a month or a week of my NBA or my NHL, buy both of them combined. You're basically getting it for half price, $199, both my NBA and NHL combined. I am freaking begging you guys to join me. I am pleading with you guys to join me because this is not new. I was last year's number 1 NHL expert, so it's not like this year's some anomaly. And I'm over 62% in NBA playoffs in four seasons. So, Joe, I know I'm going on and on, but man, like this is one of those moments.
It's one of those moments where you hop on board there, Prez. That's what it's all about. And you've been absolutely crushing it. And now for what, $5? You got your play up and ready to roll here tonight?
Yeah, $5 for my NHL, $5, and my NHL is a 4% play. And $5 for my NBA. What do you got going?
I'm with you, Prez. I got $5 play in Major League Baseball here today, as well as the NBA. And now would be the time to hop on board there for $5. Go grab those games. Go grab them all. Go grab all 3 of them right now for $15. Just head over to the Prez's page, head over to my page, and take advantage of it. It's a hell of a way. That's what Tuesdays are. It's a great opportunity for those of you guys that have not tried to partner up with your favorite handicapper. Now, this is the way to go do it. You get the write-ups, you got everything, you understand where we're all coming from. So, great opportunity to partner up now on Customer Appreciation Day.
Yeah, well, there we go. Okay, brother, let's get to our predictive market section and then do the rundowns.
All right, so you wanted to know, Prez, what did we get yesterday? Interestingly enough, let me throw this thing up here for you so you can see. So we're at 57 cents for Denver, but Prez, if we go back to yesterday, the 27th, to around, right around,
there you go.
It's the same damn price. It hasn't moved.
What do you mean?
It hasn't moved. Yep.
Denver was 42 yesterday.
No. Denver, if I'm not mistaken, was, let me see here. Hold on one second.
No, that says
Minnesota's
mini,
the top line. I'm sorry. Yeah, Minnesota's top line. So it has. It flipped. So 40.
So, dude, basically what we're saying, so let me summarize this for you guys.
42.7 yesterday.
Yeah. So let me summarize this, okay? Because I actually went golfing yesterday and I said to my friends, I'm so goddamn pissed off. And they're like, why? And I'm like, I can't bet Kelce or the predictive markets in Canada. You know, and I got 2 friends who day trade. And I'm like, you guys got to stop the day trading. This is the single best way to make money since Bitcoin. I mean, that's how good these predictive markets are. And the way we have figured these predictive markets out is we're looking for future bets that we can buy out of fast.
Yep.
And if you follow the strategy, we are killing it. Yesterday, we said to you, Denver was 43% to win the series.
Yep.
Give or take, 45, 46%
to win the series. Yep. 43.
Yeah, and I said to you guys They are minus 11. If they win last night's game, we will get at least 10 cents of profit. And now we're getting 14 cents of profit.
Correct.
14% in 24 hours. To give you perspective, the S&P index, which I'm very high on, and if you guys want to make money in your portfolio, fire your financial advisor, fire your stockbroker, stop paying percentages, put all your money on the S&P index. You never have to think about it again. The average stockbroker has done around 9% in the last 8 years. The S&P index has done 10.6% for the last 125 years. We just killed a year of S&P index numbers in 24 freaking hours.
Yep.
So, yeah, I really hope you guys have been taking advantage of our predictive market segment. Anyway, I just wanted to go through that. So let's go to the Oilers tonight, Joe. Because do we have another scenario here where the Oilers are minus 170? They win tonight. Can we make another 10, 12% for tomorrow?
That's the big question. And let me pull up the exact, let me get the exact numbers here. 70, oh, wow, that is just unreal. Anaheim is trading at nearly 80 cents right now, Prez, which I think is laughable on so many different levels. But that's absurd. So what happens now if the Oilers win in epic fashion here tonight? Where does this line go from here? Because look at this. 78 to 22 right now.
You're going to make a minimum of 18% return on your money. A
wow.
minimum.
Look at that.
A minimum. You got to remember, Edmonton wins. Edmonton was in this, and I could be wrong, but I'm certain that Edmonton was in this exact spot last year against the LA Kings, and they were able to pull it out. So, look, I am not going to sit here. I'm mad at Edmonton right now. I would not be like, but I wouldn't be surprised if they win the whole series, frankly.
Wow.
All they need is some freaking goaltending, man. I mean, I know that's a big ask, but.
After game one, they were nearly safe. They were about, it was a 70-30 after game one, Brad. Now look at it. Now, just think of what you could have done if you really thought Anaheim. Again, you didn't even need Anaheim to win this. You just needed Anaheim to win a couple of games, and you would have had, nearly a 50-cent return here in less than a week. That's just absurd numbers, Prez. Absurd. Absurd.
Yep.
And what would you have done if, I'll take Anaheim at the sports book? Yeah? And you still need them to win in order for it to come out. Would not have helped here. You could have cashed out and reinvested in 3 other different markets. I don't understand this market. It is tied 2-2, is it not, Prez?
It is, but you know something, Joe?
I only need Montreal to win one more game.
I don't know if they will.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Tampa Bay figured something out. I mean, I think Montreal is going to try and make some adjustments. But the second half of the last game, Tampa Bay was dominant. Absolutely dominant. And I'm concerned. But I mean, I'm concerned about Montreal right now. And Utah and Tampa and Vegas, same exact scenario, tied 2-2, going back to Vegas. I think Utah has a better chance of winning than Montreal does. What are their odds?
Well, that's another one. And by the way, I know Art thinks that Pittsburgh is in trouble. I mean that Philadelphia is in trouble, but that remains to be seen here. Let me see here, Prez, to give you an update on the Vegas Knights, right? Let's see what we got here. We have 58 to 42, and that flipped from what, 24 hours ago, or
58 to 42.
No, actually, let me go back to the last day.
I like the Knights, Joe, at 58%. They got
Utah
2 home
was
games.
64, almost 65. Look at that.
yesterday, right?
Yesterday.
Yeah, it was exactly the same scenario. With that
Everything.
said,
Yep.
Vegas, unlike Denver, Vegas wasn't minus 600.
That's correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly correct.
I told you guys yesterday, I mean, you could read between the lines. Like, I was so excited over that Denver bet. I was
Yep.
like, oh my God, oh, gotta make it. Anyway, let's talk some Bitcoin and move on.
All right. See where we're at right now, Prez. It looks like 76.
Yeah. A
76.
nice drop.
Yep. So what
Yeah.
are we thinking? Over 76, over 75, 750, or over 76, 250? Interesting.
I think we're gonna see it hover around 7,600 all day. So I'm gonna go with a yes to
To the
the
over?
over 7,600. We did see it get down to 75.7,
Okay.
and we have some momentum on the upswing. I'm gonna go with over 7,600, but I do think it's going to be close.
7,600 over 54 cents. Yeah, I bet 100, win 186 by 5 o'clock. Lock it in, guys. Lock it in while you can, or get the best number you can. Now, Prez, is there a situation where if it starts, is the no ever feasible here? If this thing starts to just, go the other way here.
Well, we went with the no. I think I last week we went the no
Yep.
a couple of times, so I'm not afraid to bet the no. And like I've been saying all along, we're not going to see any major movement in any direction until August. So
That's correct.
right now we're just kind of hovering and trying to make, small amounts on a daily basis.
And
so
rotate and just,
I'm not against the no. I do think we have some momentum on the up for today, though. So we're going to
But
stick
if we're
with the plan.
greedy bastards are watching this, you got the yes at 76 here, Prez. Do we go no at 76, 250?
And it's going to be right around there, Joe.
That's what I'm thinking. It's either going to be feast or famine. And by the way, 73, 250, you can, look at that. So it's not going to, you don't think we're going to go through the roof here, though, right? You think
No,
it's
I
just
think
going to
it's going to
hover?
remain, yeah.
Going to hover right around.
And I've been saying that for 2 months, and I've been
about
right.
that.
I've been right.
It hasn't
Let's
hit
get-
80 in a long time, right?
It hit 80. It hit 80 recently. It hit 80 within the last 5 days. Let me double check.
Did. Oh, wow. So it did go up as high
No,
as that.
it didn't. It hit 79.1.
79, yep. So
79.3 was the highest it got
that's the
to.
next benchmark then, huh?
Yeah, well, the next benchmark hopefully is $1 million.
Ooh. Okay.
Let's get there. Let's
I
get
love
there.
it. All
Okay,
right.
brother. MLB rundown. Let's get to it.
All right, let's see what we have on the board here. Today, we've got the Rays at the Guardians coming up, early starts. Martinez versus Tanner Bybee. Had my clients and I, the Guardians, with Messick on the mound in the first 5. Good thing we did that because the bullpen blew up last night. The Rays won, but the Guardians covered the first 5. Kind of like the same situation here. Shane Baz, gas can, just waiting to get lit up, taking on Tang of Houston. Feels like an over to me at Camden here today. Rockies at the Reds. The Rockies, wow, winning games, they're going to get blown out here. Who are we kidding? I'll take the Reds there. Giants at the Phillies. Uh-oh. We've got a manager alert. Fired Rob Thompson. Welcome in Mattingly. Got it back. The Phillies at home against the Giants. Also, Ashcraft versus Leahy. Leahy is a nightmare, and regression is coming. Pirates for me after they blew a 2-run lead there in the 9th inning and let the Cardinals come back to win yesterday. Red Sox, Blue Jays. Toll on the mound here. The big old lefty there. Pitched really, really well. In fact, his first one, but Prez told you about your Savage. Never know what you're going to get with his first start there coming up off the IL. Nats and Mets. Mets also look like they're going to be firing their manager soon, but I like the over. Call me crazy. Tigers and Braves, definitely an over at Truist Park. Brewers taking on the Diamondbacks. Merrill Kelly on the mound. I'll go with Merrill Kelly. White Sox, told you yesterday, I liked him to get it done against the Angels, and they got it done against the Angels. Soriano versus Davis Martin. Not going to be a lot of runs here today in a cold, chilly night on in Chicago. Under for me there. Joe Ryan versus Logan Gilbert. Mariners suck on so many different levels. I can't even begin to tell you, but I'm still going back with them. You know I like the Yankees. I'm going to have the Cubs bounce back. I like the Royals and Bubich. And I'll take the 1.5 with the Marlins tonight against the Dodgers.
Joe, I'm going to give out a plus 2020 parlay.
Ooh.
Yes. $100 pays $20,000.
Ooh. All right.
We're going to take all overs and all favorites. Now, I did put the Edmonton over in at 6.5 minus 166 as it is a parlay. So bottom line here is there are 3 NHL games going tonight. I like Buffalo. I like the over. I like Edmonton. I like the over. I like Dallas. I like the over. Now, I understand how square that is. I get it. That's what I like. Now, I'm obviously not taking a 16 parlay because I think that's just insanity. But hey, $10 pays 200. Give it a go. Let's see what happens. My least favorite of all of those would be the Buffalo over. I think that would be the one that we struggle to get in. But hey, if you take all favorites tonight, which I like as well, you are going to get a plus 341 parlay. Buffalo minus 170, Dallas minus 130, Edmonton minus 175. I think all 3 teams win, Joe. NBA rundown, all you.
I like it, Prez. That's actually a pretty good number there that you're throwing out there. 3 games here tonight, guys. And of course, the first one is not if the Sixers will lose. The question, quite honestly, is by how much. And that's the big problem here. I particularly don't see this game being very competitive. I think the worst matchup in this series has been the fact you were better without Embiid on the court. You went smaller, you were faster, and that gave the Celtics fits. That's how you won a game. You bring Embiid back, Maxey forgets he's part of the team, and you just lose. You lose the matchup battle there. They will drain threes all day with Embiid on the court. The problem is he's going to be on the court again here tonight, which is going to be a problem. But the Celtics have been known sometimes late in games to play with their food at home. I think they come out firing. I'd cut the game in half and look in the first half. The New York Knicks are taking on the Atlanta Hawks. And listen, nobody's played with their food more than the Knicks here because they have dominated this series for the most part, outside of a couple of moments where they let it get away. This is where experience comes in. You saw experience matter for the Knicks in the last game with the intensity, certainly on the defensive side. I think you're going to see that again early at the Garden here. I like the Knicks, but I like the Knicks team total over more here because I think they're going to get their share here tonight. And then, of course, the late game is the Portland Trail Blazers on the road at the Spurs. Listen, outside of the one game where it took Wembanyama to crack his skull on the court for him to leave, for Portland to actually win a game, yeah, he's back in here. I don't see this one being terribly competitive either. In fact, I would even look for a team total under when it comes to the Portland Trail Blazers tonight. They just don't have enough offense to compete.
Joe, let's get into our mailbag section. Not much to talk about, guys. We only had about 20-something comments. Let's get it over 50 today. Bottom line here is Mechie wrote best betting show for sure. I'm so appreciative of that. Odo City loving the NHL playoffs. Nothing even comes close, not even the Super Bowl. Look, I agree with you, but I'm a hockey freaking fanatic. We got George Barnes. Gino has more interceptions than wins. I don't find that an outrageous bet. I mean, how many wins could the New York Jets possibly have, Joe? 17 at maximum? Maximum 17, right?
Yep. No, at least, they're going to run the table. It could be undefeated champagne time next year, I think.
But even if the Jets win all 17 games, what's the average amount of interceptions thrown by a quarterback?
1 a game for Gino. That's his average. 1 a game.
Well, there you go.
Boom.
So I will agree, George Barnes.
Yep.
Douglas Lemery writes, nice parlay of the day, guys. Lost all 3 legs. I've never seen Douglas's name before, Joe. He forgot to compliment us when we keep winning them, but that's okay.
He does understand how those work, right? The parlays. Like, okay.
Yeah, and also for the record, the difference between winning 2 of the 3 legs and none of the 3 legs is the same.
Exactly.
Okay. Joe, Blue Star writes, why don't you people shut up? Now, we do a talk show, you twat. I mean, Joe, have you ever been to a concert and you turn to the person you're with, you're like, why is the singer singing? Why doesn't the singer shut up?
I agree.
And how dare people play hockey at a hockey game? That's crazy.
Yep. Maybe we should just sign it. Should we sign it, Prez, with the, a thing and then there and then
Can you do that?
and then
Can you do
and
that?
this? Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, man, that's it. We'll just shut up that way.
See you tomorrow, everyone.
Nope, yeah, see you tomorrow. Absolutely. Let's do it.